What up, y'all? It's your boy Kaizen, and we're back with another VOD review. That sounds familiar. This is my second TFT VOD review of my own game, and I have already forgotten how I got to the end portion of this VOD, which is basically an Ekko Reroll. And originally I wasn't planning for it. That much I remember. I originally wasn't gonna go for an Ekko Reroll. This was still in patch 16.2, still in Emerald, still trying to get the hang of the tempo and how everything maneuvers in the lobby, still learning, still improving. So I think I'm already planning to go Ginsu's because I'm planning to go Ionia already. I don't think I even saw. Okay, so it's the stacking Ionian trait, which is okay. That's not too bad. I think at this time rise boards were terrorizing the patch, and I just realized that this would be a very good rise board because of how often he stacks, and he'll be able to damage the enemy board with a lot more gusto. But then again, there are two other quote-unquote superior boards, which is the EXP and the gold one, which again will help you accelerate your board and tempo all the way to 9. One of the requirements for unlocking rise, apart from having 4 regional traits. Alright, okay, I totally forgot what augment I was gonna go for, so this is gonna be really fun for me. I believe I don't go for any of these. I don't need crit. Actually, I might have considered it, since my original plan was to go Ionia. If it was Ionia, then I would go Yunara at the end of the day, and I would have an IE to pair this sparring glove with my sword, and then I can just make Rage Blade and call it a day and just scale up. Hefty rolls, never taken it outside of probably considering Bruiser, Aphelios, and Bard. Bodyguard training is very good. I underestimated its value. I took it one time and surprisingly I got pretty tanky. Although I wouldn't take this in a Demacia or a Defender heavy comp, because this gives plenty of armor and magic resist already, and those two traits also give them. It's gonna be a little bit redundant. So what do I end up taking? Damn, I take forever. Okay, makeshift armor. I was let's check. I saw makeshift armor and thought I could go Shadow Isle Wardens. Wardens without any items be really great with the makeshift armor. That bonus armor and magic resist would pair well with their huge HP based shields. Stars Are Born, very good econ. So is Epoch. I guess I ended up going with Stars Are Born. So now I'm still considering maybe I can just tempo my way for Ionia. But lo and behold, I noticed that someone was going Jin Zhao. Here I've already set up my Jin. He's doing a lot of work for a 2-star, and I'm surprised they adjusted him. Maybe that's the reason why. He's a very strong 1 cost. Okay, I see the Leona. Maybe I could do an early Diana. I already have a Rage Blade, so I could definitely pivot there. And here is where I decided to go Ekko Reroll. Because of Stars Are Born, it was unintentional. Again, my goal was to stick to Ionia, go for Yunara. Actually, I think I remember going wanting to go Zig's Rise board exactly because of this, but I don't think Stars Are Born is going to tempo me right away, especially with a 2 loss streak. I mean, I could definitely go lose streak and prio some items in the carousel for Ziggs and Rise items. I mean, I already had Rage Blade for Ziggs, and then I had a tier and a sword for a Shojin, or a tier and cloak for adaptive for Rise, and I was pretty much set. I could just scale up to 7 Ionia, unlock Kennen, and then the board will follow through. But because of Stars Are Born, one of the unintentional setups there was that I would get a 2-star 1 cost and 2-star 2 cost, and Ekko happens to be a 2 cost there. So I thought, hey, why not? Let's go for Ekko. So now my priority is to get Titan's Resolve, which is all the more important. I don't think I was able to get the bow because that one is a hot commodity even in an AP heavy meta, trying to figure out what's the better composition here. Figured that Mundo would be a better fit than Vi, so Mundo could fulfill the 2 bruiser piece and the 3 Zon piece. Oh, I ended up losing that round. Fortunate. Let's speed it up a bit. Yeah, that Rumble's pretty tanky with just Sunfire and Steel Heart, a Steadfast Heart. Now I have 2 Defender. I was going for Zoe. Oh, I ended up going for Zoe. I guess I value that better than a Bruiser. But it works out because I have Zoe for chill. And why am I moving my mouse? Am I talking? Oh my god. I recorded the whole thing and I talked over it. No freaking wonder. The audio didn't go through, so dang it. Oh, a fresh perspective, I suppose. So right now my goal is to go to 6 and try to scale as much as I could. I hovered over Singe to make sure that I can unlock him properly, and that's a little bit of foreshadowing because surprise surprise, it doesn't work out. With the positioning that I've been doing, I thought I'd be able to get the aggro onto my tanks sooner than later, but my Ekko ends up wrapping and my main tank ends up disappearing right away. Okay, again, my original intention was to go for Ionia, and all these things have fallen into place for me. This Ekko Reroll was a fairly new comp. It was before the Zon Ekko Reroll, there was the Ekko Cho'Gath Reroll, and I never got to try any of that. However, I've seen the power of Zon Ekko Reroll. It's pretty disgusting, especially with the Zon and Ekko buffs, and because of that I felt obliged, more so now because of Stars Are Born and now Rolling for Days. I don't think I even considered Lunch Money and Placebo. It's a lot of gold. 10 free shop rerolls for a reroll comp, that's a no-brainer. Even if I were to go Lunch Money, I don't think I'll be able to dish out that much damage at level 6. My damage is going to taper off later on as the other players will get their boards upgraded and online much sooner than mine. So yeah, I didn't even consider the other 2. Got me some upgrades. I went for capacitors, I believe. Oh, I went cogs because AP and mana regen was good, I suppose. I would have gone capacitors, but I guess what I was thinking at the time is I already have Rage Blade. I don't need the extra 22% attack speed. I just need to be able to do damage, and the mana regen will also help my other units cast. So it's not a selfish trait. It's not a selfish option looking at the boards and trying to reposition. I wanted my Taric to get the aggro just for a little while longer so I can buy time for Ekko. And again, the positioning is so awkward for Ekko. I wanted him to path this way so he can circle around and maybe catch the Graves. But because there's a window here, Ekko ends up traveling this way. I suppose the rule is that if everyone were to move 1 hex simultaneously, maybe I should have put Ekko here and not leave a gap. So Nico would be here. Nico should have been here, Taric here, and Loris where Taric is. And if Ekko was a lot closer to Zoe, then he would be able to wrap around Graves. Or maybe he'll wrap around here. I don't know. Just wishful thinking, I suppose. Not a big problem anyway, because Ekko is Ekko. Even at the 16.3 patch, where he's getting an armor and MR nerf, I don't think that's gonna do too much if he's not focused. And now I'm picked 4th. Not much else for me to do. Since Titan's resolve is so important on Ekko, I was seriously considering just picking QSS for the time being, just so I can eliminate some of the early CC. The damage amp and the extra AD and AP are nice, but I believe it's the QSS portion, the CC immunity portion, that's the most important. Again, another positioning mishap. I thought if I put Ekko a lot closer to Zoe, it would wrap upwards, but I suppose I should have put my tanks up front, like in the top row. Nice. Restart Ekko. Pretty good. Thank goodness for anvils. I honestly wouldn't have known if that was gonna happen. This Otacon is pretty scary. Looks like he scaled up quite a bit even with the 3-star Ekko. I suppose I didn't I wasn't able to put in my Nidalee. I don't know if that would change anything. I could do Earth. And possibly make a tactician's crown. I ended up not going for it. Portable forge is too wild. Precision and grace seems more up my alley. I think I would have gotten this because Ekko really does need the movement speed and the attack speed so he can dish out as much damage as he can. What do I end up taking? Forge. Oh, I end up taking mittens. So mittens already gives attack speed and damage amp. When I put it on Ekko, I got jaded by that first fight. So I was like, what am I doing? I can't believe I gave her mints. So I went back to Ginsu. And then later on, I considered it more and more. I think mittens would be a lot more beneficial than the ramping up Ginsus. Mostly because the damage would be there. And I would be immune to a lot more CC, like the chill. Now I'm looking for a crit glove, I think, or at least, yeah, like, oh, not a crit glove. I guess I went for the Giant's belt because my Zoe, where is it? Because I wanted the utility items, not thinking that I already have Sunfire Cape. So I honestly should have just gone for the glove. I don't know what was going through my, maybe I wanted more tank items. Yeah, I think another Zon emblem would have been nice, or even at least a jewel gauntlet for Nidalee. But I guess I was too bummed out about it. And I finally unlocked Singed. Remember when I was hovering over Singe to unlock him? I was checking out the requirements to unlock and yada yada yada. I guess that's why I built Morellonomicon. But even then, Sunfire Cape would be a lot better, in my opinion. You get to tag him with it on a 2 hex radius and will be able to affect anyone, not with just the Morello ability damage. Also, with Singed, I ended up unlocking him at 4.5 at 38 HP. I lost 35 HP a long time ago. Oh well. Slap on some void staff so my Ekko can finally do damage. If I had a Reforger, I would get rid of that Morello. It doesn't do much. But then again, Morello doesn't, Sunfire can't apply burn and wound to the backline, which Singe can. So there's that, I suppose. Ekko Reroll beating a level 9 Yordle comp. There goes my Singe. What am I looking for? Seraph. Finally get the Hogs buff. And am I glad that they nerfed Bilgewater? It was very, very strong for, even after the nerf that it got, it's still pretty strong. The econ trait is a lot more tame now, but man, it's so terrorizing. And I think what the devs did for alleviating those emblem augments that appear during the Rise portal is way too strong. People were getting prismatics a lot more consistently. Clutch win, by the way, by Seraphine. Crazy what a Shojin can do. I go for another disruptor, not thinking that I already have a 2-piece. Oh, okay. I went for Gunblade instead. Who do I give it to? Nidalee, I suppose. See, that Zon augment, that Zon emblem would have done me wonders by now. Also, I learned from Asa that as long as you have tanks near your melee carries won't be targeted because of the new role changes. Also, did you guys see that? My Ekko was just aura farming. I was so scared that my Lux is going to target Ekko, so I put him in the opposite corner, not knowing that my Singe is already pulling Lux's aggro. I mean, that was the other intention, I suppose, to pull Lux closer to the middle of the line. But what ended up happening is that Lux's targeting with her ability is gonna affect my carry. So now I'm like fearful that Ekko is gonna die. But because Ekko is Ekko, there's no problem. And look at this guy. He takes another beam and he just stands there menacingly. Crazy boy. So yeah, after giving it some thought, and mostly because I had a Reforger, I finally gave mittens to Ekko. The immunity on chill, burn, and wound is especially good because Bilgewater has Captain's Brew that has chill and burn, I believe. And then you have Sunfire and Morello and Red Buff for the burn and wound. And then you have Freyord units and Zoe that apply chill. It would have allowed my Ekko to live that much longer. This was a crazy cap board. 2-star Rise and a 2-star Ziggs already. There's no way I'm surviving that. By the grace of Mort God, I live another day. And I make it the top 4. I think this was the person that also went Ionia that transitioned into Ziggs Rise. I haven't been scouting so much. Oh no, he's still here. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I'm at my wit's end. Another Void Staff because it's the only AP heavy item that I could find from that anvil. Try to do as much damage as I could, but this Otacon has already scaled up to the bone. And there's my game. My very early pivot, because Rageblade can pivot into so many comps, and with the help of a little RNG and a little bit of unintentional foreshadowing, I was able to put Ekko Reroll on track. Honestly, I could have done so much better if I had more experience with this comp. I would have unlocked Singed that much sooner. I would have paired maybe a Cho'Gath and a Malzahar for an early Juggernaut with Blitzcrank and an early Disruptor with Ekko, and also not griefing myself with that Morello. I think that Gauntlet, that glove to go with the spatula and make a Zon emblem would do me so many wonders. Or even then, not even the emblem itself, but Jewel Gauntlet on Italy. I think I would have been in a much safer place. So those are my hindsights. Looking back, I definitely could have played it better, obviously, but that's why we're doing these VOD reviews for, so we can implement these in the future, hopefully, and improve. Etchaboikaizen, thanks so much for watching. I'll post another in the future. Peace.